and there's like lung fibrosis. Maybe I have lung fibrosis eventually, you know, like the Chinese viruses that's happening there. That's very often. And what I've read there is also fibrosis destroys the organs. Isn't that the same thing like Lyme disease? Isn't Lyme disease borreliosis, Lyme disease? Isn't that doing that the same thing, destroying the whole organs, everything, you know, screwing it up, everything? So I looked this animation, I couldn't believe this. First of all, it showed it like these long worms, you know, there was an enlargement telling about mucus, you know, the mucus is flowing through it, you know, and people who have fibrosis, it's a different story with those who don't have it. It has something with chloride, you know, these giant eggs, and they have some things, these fibrosis are stuck underneath it. It's like a channel in an opening through this sphere. Those who don't have fibrosis, the chloride travels easily through it, and everything gets a lot of oxygen. So far I know, unless I'm a little off, you know. Those who have fibrosis, that channel is blocked, you know, and everything gets stuffy. All the mucus or what's inside of it, you know, instead of flowing freely through it, it's like underwater. You have these, sometimes maybe you've seen them on documentaries, these underwater like snakes coming out of there, like giant worms, you know, and lots of them, you know, and somebody comes there and suddenly they're gone, but these guys aren't gone. But they look similar like that, you know, a lot of them, you know, just swaying there with the rhythm of whatever, you know, and there comes this mucus, suddenly this mucus is green. I said, okay, green mucus. This stuff in the eggs that I've seen there, that was also green. Right, Morgalian? Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the mucus. It's green, just like this shirt, right? And I've got liver problem or something. Purting. It's hurting me. Have some more changi. Oh, have some more changi. Have some more changi. No, it's candy. So, I'm eating from this stuff every day. I bought a lot today. Again, a lot of stuff. You know what? And I'm gonna take it and throw it away. This is crazy, isn't it? This is great. Oh, no, nuts. Nuts. I love nuts. Even the candy bar here, the chocolate, which is nuts, you know. Get it? What happened? Look at this. A nice green color, you know. And these are really beautiful. And this one is down there. It's for my Morgalian. Your Morgalian, eat it. Okay. So fibrosis is happening there. There's mucus there. Things are getting screwed up. So allegedly there's no therapy, and then there is a therapy. They may get some bacteria, whatever. You eat it. It's like a pill or something, and eventually it's going to fight it or clear it or whatever. If I go with this information to my dermatologist, she's not gonna help me. You know what? After I took that down, that crust, I went to and with the crust to let her take a look at with the enlargement scope. She puts on these gloves, okay, then takes out tweezers, really big ones, you know, like I don't know what she was going to look for, you know, I don't know, nice colored tweezers, wow. And then she starts examining this first crust, takes it and puts it in a piece of paper and then flattens it. I said, what? I said, you know, you just flattened it. What is if those eggs are underneath it and you just flattened it? You're not going to see anything because she didn't see anything suddenly. That's interesting, isn't it? Then I said, here, take another crust. Here's another crust. You know, and that one was kind of formed like this. You know, it's like inside of it. They were sitting in there, inside of it. So I said, you know, take this one and look inside and be careful. You know, you were looking for to the right side. You know, and she went down with her microscope. You know, like really close. You know, I said, what is she doing? She's got a thing that looks like a flashlight, like really long. And on the end is this microscope, about this size. And there are lenses there, you can, you know, dial it and it goes sharp. I said, may I look through it? Because I know what I saw when I was looking through my instrument here, you know. This is here, compared to hers, this here is like like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini Countach or who knows what, a Starship. And the magnifying glass that she had, it was like a soap cart, made out of cardboard or wood, like a Stone Age thing. That's what it was, to call the comparison. When I looked through it, I couldn't see anything. I was looking for it, and she said, you have to do this like this and this and this. Eventually, I was right over it, and I touched it, the crust, so it got stuck to it. But then I could see it. I still had to dilate, what? Those eggs that I refer to as micro eggs, they were so small, like without a microscope, you don't see them at all, right? With this, I could see them so small, I could barely identify them, and they were a light gray. Like the light from that magnifying glass is more like shit, like it's garbage. And a lot of people are complaining about this. They go to dermatologists, they don't even have time just to show off, oh look, I have a magnifying glass, you know, and when they look, they don't see anything. How come? How come they're using such garbage? On the YouTube, there are many clips out there where people are saying, hey, there's this magnifying glass, either make one yourself of your handy, or order it for $6. Who knows where, Amazon or who knows what. Order it. And you have a really good magnifying glass. I wrote that them one time, to use it. I could buy them one. Do you think they're gonna use it? No. Maybe it's a tactic behind it, they don't want to see anything, so it's easier to say you're delusional, so that was really, also now I finally know what they're looking at. That is real garbage, so of course I have here zoom lens. That thing is a zoom lens, is a 210 zoom lens. What does it say on it? 70 dash or 70 and then dash 210 millimeter zoom lens, and with that thing, it's a diameter 52 centimeters, I guess. It's everything is metric. Plus with this this camera here, what does it say on the front? 28 millimeter wide, optical zoom, 103 millimeter. Okay, who knows, whoever knows what I'm talking about, fine with you. And that is the whole story. So eventually, that like back then with the biopsy, it was the same story. She wanted to prescribe me not antibiotica, because when I read there's a super bug, it's logical, it's something infectious, right? But no, it's something similar. It's something, you have these bacteria all over your skin. That's a normal thing, and they make a big thing out of it. It's a super bug. Wow, this stuff from China, right? Huh? And here the same story again. Well, back then she wanted to prescribe me what's it called? Disinfectant. And I said, well, are you kidding me? You're telling me I read here super bug and you want to prescribe me a disinfectant? Something is wrong here, I don't know. So now the next story here about this stuff. This here is fresh about that exactly. She was looking at this enlargement thing, and that was it. I took extra a hairbrush with me. Before I went, I looked into the mirror, put up my hair to look at it, if what I would see if she'd look at these areas. These are nice shiny areas, because I scraped this off with the other fingernail. It's just similar like this one. It has something on it, either some whatever or and I scraped it off. She didn't get up and look at it. I'm at a dermatologist. She didn't think about that much. She sat down and wrote down the information here and that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but she never took a look at it. I don't understand this. And then she said she's going to prescribe me a disinfectant again, because I have this dermatitis, which is very, what's that say? I am sensitive to bacteria, whatever, Just like this stuff here, these things that are healing off. She said, well, it looks better now, Yes, it does. But still, when this happens, Then she's prescribed me this disinfectant for that stuff on my thing. And I'm supposed to take 2 times a day droplets of this disinfectant. And she told me this is going to burn. And I said, but I'm not going to use this hopefully on fresh wounds, right? Wrong. I'm supposed to use it also on the fresh wound. You know what it's like? When I have these little things there, you know? And for instance, I put this Vaseline there that has this special, this blooming stuff in there, this flower stuff. That's why the Vaseline is yellow. It helps against itches. Helps people in my family. It doesn't help with me because I'm really diseased. When this area was still fresh, I put around it, because of the crust, this Vaseline, and put eventually a gauze around it, and run around like that, so it keeps it nice and moist, hopefully, and it would get softer. It's the same thing like when it doesn't move, it's because the pressure here, because of this crust, I just suck on it, playing with it here, then it gets soft, and eventually I'll be able to move it again. But as soon as that area in here, in the side of the crack, it was still fresh. That little Vaseline stuff went in there. Nothing happened. Okay, it took some time, 12 seconds about, and then it started to burn. I said, "Oh shit!" Immediately I washed it off. And when you get soap on it, it's even more because it's. And now I'm supposed to get this disinfectant, which is something like alcohol. Putting alcohol in a fresh wound,